Hey everybody, welcome to our barn building video series. In this video series, we're going to take you step by step through the entire construction process, offering detailed insights and tips along the way. So whether you're considering a barn kit for yourself or just curious about the process, this series will give you everything you need to know. Hey everybody, I'm here in the shop with my buddy Jeff. Jeff, thanks for joining us on this. Jeff and I have teamed up to do a timber frame barn build video. Jeff, on his property, is putting together a timber frame barn. And it's from a company called Carpenter in Connecticut. Jeff, would you kind of bring us through a little bit of the process? So it's a kit that you had to buy. And day one, I was there with you. We took delivery of the kit, but what happened up to day one? I mean, there was site development, there was planning, foundation. Walk us through a little bit of that and what is involved in that.
Yeah, I think we day one of the barn build, the barn raising was mid-June, but this started back in October when we were shopping for a project, and we looked at trying to find a kit barn. And there's a lot of these kit barn builders around the country. We're in New England. We found one in Connecticut, not too far away. We're looking to build a 30-foot by 22-foot, story and a half, two-story barn. Use the loft space for some recreational space, and down below wood shop,
fun shop,
man town kind of thing. So we found a developer we liked. It's all rough sawn timber frame, post and beam barn. We love the look at it. That kicked off a series of developments on my end with planning.
Sure.
We live in a historic district.
I call it hysterical district.
For those unaware, it's an old town. I have to abide by the colors. Take HOA and kind of amplify it.
They interpret. They have like interpretations of what they think you should build on your property. It drives me insane every time.
But the barn, an old post and beam barn, really not a problem. It just dovetails perfectly with what we're trying to do in the community. I have wetlands. So I have natural resources commissions. I have to look at that, wetland setbacks, 100-foot setbacks, and so forth. So I started surveying, planning months ago.
Did they require erosion controls?
They did not, because what we ended up doing was staying outside of
far back.
Yeah, you know what? I cut my losses, and we stayed outside a 100-foot setback. We picked a site. We developed a plan for where we're going to do it. We did have to take some trees down. And then from then on, we went through the process of excavating.
Yeah, you excavated. So Jeff did all this work himself, and then we helped with the carpentry. So you excavated, you built your foundation, you dug it, but getting utilities, tell me about how the utilities worked out. So we wanted to bring power to this barn, but you were maxed out, right?
Absolutely. My house, already has 200 amp service, and I'm using almost all 200 amps of it. So we had to run a whole separate pole and to this foundation, which I should say is a full frost wall foundation, which in New England or our area of Massachusetts is 48 inches down, footings, full wall. And the site we had was about 180 foot setback from the street, which is where we had to tie into our pole. So we had to trench across our house, across the driveway.
18 inches down.
Yeah, 18 inches down there, cut across our driveway, make a right turn, get a couple of pole boxes, run that 180 feet down to the back of the site. And that was the trenching. From there, we've progressed through the concrete pour for the footings, the wall, and that brought us pretty much to the day one.
Yeah, well, actually, day one for you and I, we put the sill plates down and prepared for delivery the next day.
That's true.
So that was the process, but that took months. So you need to understand, people say, I want to put a kit barn up. It just doesn't get delivered and get put up. You have to have a base for it, a foundation, whether it's on, I don't know, if it's a shed and it's on sonotubes or on blocks, or you're pouring a real foundation like we did.
There's a lot of excitement, I think, when you think about the barn raising process, and it's a kit. A lot of it comes pre-cut, so it does go up very quickly, and there's a lot of anticipation about that. But before that, you have to have everything dialed in, and it's just like building any other real large structure. You got to start months ahead of time for planning, and the prep and the site work is going to take a couple of months as well, especially depending on where you live.
So what we're going to do in this video series is we're just going to walk you through, there'll be several videos, and we're going to walk you through the phases of the barn build. We're going to critique and basically rate this kit that we bought. We're going to talk about what was easy, what wasn't easy, what went well, what didn't go well. We're going to talk about best practices for insulating the slab. We're going to talk about best practices for insulating the walls and the roof, as well as we'll get into rain screen and weather barrier stuff. And then there's doors and siding, and there's a whole bunch of things. There's a stair kit that comes with it. So stay tuned. We're going to cover all of this in subsequent videos. Hey everybody, we are here at our barn build, and we have some of the structure up, but I want to talk to you a little bit about the process. So in order to get this barn in place, we obviously had to pull permits and deal with wetlands and all kinds of setbacks and have a plot plan. And then we had to do site preparation. First step was to put in the foundation. So the foundation went in, we picked our location, we put our foundation in. The plans for the barn are very, very specific about your foundation. For example, they have these Simpson hold downs at every major 8x8 post. So you have to nail these, they have to be done right. So this one's here, that one's there. And if we follow the barn around, every major post has one of these in the location that we needed it. And then obviously you've got your sill plate hold downs dispersed throughout. We had our cutouts made, and then we backfilled and graded a little bit and filled in with hardpack inside. When we're a little further along on this barn build, we will put our slab in and we'll pour up and we'll cover our two internal posts. You can see we had footings inside for our center posts, our center beam posts here. Over here in the corner, while we were planning for our foundation, we also planned for utilities. So we planned for some utilities here. We've got a grounding rod for the electrical. We've got our electrical and other lines that we're going to be running as well. And those will be brought into the building at some point. So that's kind of the thought process to get the building, to get the building ready to frame. The next step is to get your sill plates on. The plans for the Country Carpenter's barn is one sill plate. We're used to doing two with, we use a threaded bolt, a J-bolt, but they use these straps. So we did one all the way around continuous, and then we started to build the frame on top of it, and then we cut out our openings after the barn was done. So that's the thought process on the foundation. Once that's in, you're ready to go. The beautiful thing about this barn system is it's a kit, and they're gonna send you this kit. It's all pre-cut, it's ready to go. You might have to do some trimming here or there or some custom stuff, but it's all ready to go. It's a color-coded kit, and it's designed to fit on the plan, on the foundation. So that's the foundation. We'll move on to the next step. We'll start talking about framing and support posts.